So I have Richard Vazquez with Artisan Insurance with us today, and David Diaz from Waterstone Mortgage. Richard, it looks like front page news today, sinkhole stuff, and I know it's always a concern for people. What's the latest on the insurance front? I know we've had some changes with flood insurance. I know we've talked about it on the show before, but I wanted to give you a chance to talk about some updates on the homeowners insurance front for all of our listeners.
Yeah, good morning. And luckily that sinkhole, it's a big one, it's a monster, but luckily it's out there in Polk County on Mosaic property, so not affecting any houses or anything like that. But just remember to double check your homeowner's insurance to see what kind of sinkhole coverage you do have. Rules changed a couple of years ago, and now if you have a certain type of sinkhole, the original type of sinkhole coverage, you could have a very huge deductible on your insurance policy, up to 10% of the value of your home. So, a $300,000 house would have a $30,000 sinkhole deductible, which is pretty large, and actually, could be a major portion of the repairs on your house. So, if you do have that type of deductible on your policy for sinkholes, check with your insurance agent. And there are other types of coverage out there that we can reduce that deductible so that it's not such a huge financial hit if you do discover some issues with your house.
And what about, we talked about it a few times, but just to kind of give everybody an update, the flood insurance stuff that's going on right now, so people are kind of prepared and updated on that.
Yeah, basically, as we talked about, flood insurance rates are going up. The National Flood Service is still very deep in debt to the federal government, and the federal government is not happy with floating them any longer, so they are mandating that the rates go up. They are going up. We just had an increase within the last couple months, and but the great news is that there are starting to be on the horizon a few companies out there that are starting to offer some sort of private insurance to offer a little bit of relief. So, if you live in a house in a flood zone, don't freak out. Don't start, making plans to leave right away. Check with your insurance agent. Hopefully you have a good relationship with your insurance agent, whoever that is, and check with them to see if there's any other options available to you that maybe you can go the private route and save yourself a little bit of money.
Terrific. And I think that's, great advice. And again, Richard comes on the show to give us some, insurance updates and keep us posted on what's going on in the insurance market, but a lot of changes on that front. And again, it's just always something to stay in front of.